Alright, so this video has no edits. It's going to be pretty much raw format. And just like all my videos, I'm not here to sell you on anything. I don't want you to sign up for a mentorship or signals or some course, because that's not what's going to help you. Today, I want to talk about the mental capacity, or like the mental barrier that it takes to become successful in pretty much anything. And the reason what made me, come up with this today, or just think about teaching this or telling this to you guys, is honestly like, okay, so I've been boxing for a few months now, and my coach said something today that made me think and realize something, because it was the same thing as trading. Right now I'm having like a psychology problem when it comes to, sparring. And I have to like understand that getting hit, or trying to use defense, trying to use offense or cardio, all these different things is what you signed up for, is what I signed up for. So it's the same way as trading. So in trading, you get into a market and the market is betting on you to lose. It's betting on you to not have the mental capacity. It's betting on you to not have the dialect or the decision-making skills, or even the risk management skills to even withstand the market, right? It's betting on you to not have that, right? So it's the same way with boxing. Like, your opponent is betting on you to have some type of weakness. The market knows you are a weak human being to it. So it's not about the technical analysis side of it. It's never about that. It's about the mindset, because the market knows you can know all the technical analysis in the world, right? You can know all the technical analysis in the world. You can know a higher high, higher low. But let's say you know all that, right? But let's say the market just doesn't do anything for the next 3 months. It's mentally going to mess with you. It's mentally going to fuck you up inside, because you're like, dang, I know when the trend is going to start, but it's just not happening. And it's going to be a mindset thing. The market is really trying to get you out of your mindset and out of your comfort zone and seeing what you can do outside of that. But 90% of the human beings cannot break that barrier. So today, this is what we're going to talk about: breaking that mental barrier and understanding that everything after that is just growth. So first things first, what is your barrier? Like, what is your limits? A lot of people have never even tried to even push their limits. A lot of people have never even, tried to see how far they can go, or see how far that they can push their brain, or push their, potential, their capacity. They haven't pushed it. So that's the first thing you need to do, is push how far you can go. How far can you go before your body says, or before you say, I'm done, right? Where is your I'm done? If you're if you're saying I'm done and you've only lost $20, then that's it for you. $20 and scaling up. Let's think about it like this: a 1-to-4 risk to reward, right? You need to think in the mindset of, how much can I lose before I say I'm done? If you lose $20 and say you're done at $20, your only outcome of that effort was going to be $80 anyways. A 1-to-4, it was only going to be $80 of work anyways. But if you're the type of person that says, bro, I will lose millions of dollars just to chase my dreams, or just to chase my goals and this shit, if you say that, then your outcome will be $4 million, $5 million, right? Because you're willing to risk so much for the greater return of it, right? And once again, remember, this is a market where you are bound to lose. You're bound to make a mistake. Like the markets want you to lose. So you're really just fighting the war of yourself, right? You're fighting the war against yourself, because the markets is basically using your weight. So it's basically pressing against you to make you fold, because it knows you're gonna fold. So with this being said, I want people to understand that it's not just about the technical analysis side of it, or it's not just about the fundamentals of it, right? Because when you know all that, right, there's people out here that know all the fundamentals in the world and all the news that's going on and all the technical analysis in the world, but they still are bad traders. They're still bad traders. Like the same way with fighting, it's like you can know all the combos and you can be really good on the bag, but once you get in the ring, it's just like a whole different story. It's a whole different ball game. So what I would advise anybody to do is to get more into the field, get more into the war zone. That's where you're going to learn. You need to be in the war zone at all times. And this doesn't mean trade every single day, but you need to be actively looking at how the markets is treating everything, every situation, every scenario. You need to be analyzing the small details. Small details go a long way, because think about it like this. If you ever seen like a budget, or if you ever had a budget, notice how things that you think are very, very small, they tend to be the more expensive thing on the budget, because it adds up faster, right? If you get a coffee every single day, how much you spend on coffee might be more than how much you spend on rent, but you don't even know that, because every single day is taking like $3, $3, but it adds up long term, right? So it's the same way. Those small details, we cannot forget those small details. Those small details will add up in the long term. And that's the same way with trading. The markets is going to throw in those small details because everybody wants the bigger outcome. So they're looking for the big details. They're looking at things that happen right then and there, or something that is explosive, like a breakout or something. People are paying attention to that, because that what drives people. The more louder something is, the more it grabs attention. The more quieter something is, the more it can sneak past and get to the goal that it needs to get to. It's the same way with anything in this world. Like everything that you went through in life, or that you're going through in life, or you're going to go through in life, it will simulate, or it will be similar to the actual market concept of having a mindset, or having a mindset in this market. It will be the same life lessons that you learn on a day-to-day basis would be the same mindset that you would need to carry in trading, because it is all the same thing. So once again, you have to understand that first you have to figure out where is your rock bottom. Like if you feel like you're at rock bottom, then multiply what that looks like 4 times of this, right? Multiply what the greater side of that looks like 4 times of this. Like if you went through all of this, and this, if you put in work, what would your outcome look like if you put in the amount of work that you are saying? So if you're willing to lose millions and millions of dollars just to get to your goal, what would that outcome look like? What would that risk to reward look like for you, right? So breaking that mental standpoint today has been, I guess you could say, life-changing, because I understand now, like I understand it. Like you're basically fighting yourself. You're literally fighting yourself at every given point in time. You're just fighting yourself, and your brain's always going to tell you do this or do that, or your emotions are always going to tell you. Your emotions is always going to be the biggest thing too, because you're going to feel the emotion first, like this is hard, or this is pain, or like I'm scared, right? Or I'm greedy. Your emotions always is what's going to be on your front line. So it's always your emotions that get hit first, and then you try to think logically, but your emotions are like in front of you, so they're your shield. Your emotions are your shield. This is what ego is almost. Your emotion is your shield. And once something breaks your emotions scatter everywhere. So then it clouds your judgment, it clouds your mindset. Now you can't see properly. Like your brain, so your eyes are trying to see. Your emotions are in front of your face. Your eyes are blocked by your emotions. Once your emotions get broken, so once your ego gets broken, or once some type of emotion hits, your emotion is all over the place. So then you cannot see anything, which then clouds your vision, which then clouds your judgment and your mindset. So the biggest key here is to learn how to put your emotions from here to here, right? So when you do this, you have your emotions side by side, so that way you can see. But you can still intake, you can still hear things. It still will make you fear things, or have greed, or have some type of emotion or some type of anger towards it. You hear it, it makes you some type of way, it makes you have that emotion, because you are a human being. There's no true way to get rid of having emotions, because that's like our front line. But move your front line defense to the side. Move your front line defense to the side, where now you have your guard up. But what this can cause is a tunnel vision. But this tunnel vision is more goal oriented. So basically what that means is You're moving these emotions to the side, and now you're focused on the goal. And these emotions are going to block the outside. So now it's going to block everything coming in from the outside, because everything is going to be trying to come at you. With you being able to look forward, you can make decisions, right? So this is keeping you to make decisions. You can make decisions, you can move around, you know where to go, you can drive perfectly. So now you can move. And then everything on the side of you is things that you're passing, but it's going to try to get to you. So if you ever notice, whenever you're doing good, something from your past always tries to come and knock you off the grind, or somebody on the side of you, a friend or a family member, is always going to try to say something to you and knock you off your grind. But that's what this is for, because you can hear that. Like, you can hear they're going to say this, she's going to say that, he's going to say this. They have something to say. He's hating. He doesn't like what you're doing. She doesn't like what you're doing. Your girlfriend leaves you. Your boyfriend leaves you, cheats, whatever. Somebody hurts you in a bad way. Somebody physically hurts you, mentally hurts you. All that is on the side of you. But you're so tunnel vision on your goal. All that is, you're just taking it in. You're hearing it. Like, it's basically like your car fuel in a sense. And with this, you can still see now. You can see the vision of where you need to be going. So now you're focused on what needs to be done, right? And your brain has all this clear vision to think. So everything that's coming forward, so all the problems that's coming this way, you can move. You're moving because you can see that, okay? Easy, 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 right? And you're moving these to the side. And when you're moving these to the side, they're coming back here. They're on this side again, right? So now these mistakes or these problems are not even affecting you, because all you're doing is removing this. So you can't see anything. I can't move if I can't see anything right here, right? I can't move. I can't make a decision if everything in front of me is like right there. But when I'm right here, I can see everything. I can move it out the way, move it out the way, move it out the way. And then I'm back here, and everything else is just hitting here. It's gonna hit here. It's gonna hit here, right? So I want you to take trading the same way. I want you to be fixated on one thing. Pick one thing. You pick that one thing, and I'm talking about strategy. It could be mindset. Pick that one way and stick to it. And as you stick to this, I need you to have a goal in mind of what you want to get to. It can be unrealistic, but also make something realistic. But I want you to have a goal in mind, because then you know exactly where you need to go. That's where you need to be heading. If nothing else matches with what you're doing and where you're trying to go, then it's one of those things that you got to block out. It's one of those things that's going to be on the side of you or behind you. Anything that's on the side of you and behind you has nothing to do with you. Once it's right beside you or behind you, it has nothing to do with you, because you know why? You are going forward. So if these things are only staying on the side, they're only staying trying to stay at the same level as you. You yourself are trying to get better. So you're trying to move forward. You're not trying to, stay on the same page as everybody else. You're trying to be better than everybody else. You're trying to be better than yourself. So it's no point of worrying about something that's on the side of you, and it's no point of worrying about something that is behind you. So everything that's happened in the past, you got to put it in the past, because it no longer matters. It matters, but it doesn't matter anymore. It's something that has probably came into your ears and you have some type of emotion behind it, but it no longer matters because it's already happened. If it didn't kill you and you're still here, then it doesn't matter anymore. Focus on what's in front of you. Boom, okay, you lost the trade. Okay, it's behind me now. That happened 2 days ago. That happened 3 days ago. I'm over it. Today's a new day. Let me go into the next trade. Let me focus on what's next. Let me look for the next trade that I can get into so I can win money out of the next one, right? Because if you are worried about this past trade, you're turning around like, dang, bro, I wish I would have never lost that other day. And things are just going to be smacking you because you're turned around. You're not even paying attention to what's in front of you, right? Boom, we lost the trade. All right, cool, move. All right, on to the next. All right, what's next? Boom, I see another setup. Boom, I want that trade. Now I'm keep going, right? I want the next trade. Boom, I'm gonna keep going. I'm closer to my goal. I'm closer to my goal. Oh, another loss. All right, cool. Let's not look back. Let's keep going because we almost there, right? Right. So you try not to focus on the things behind you, because it's always gonna set you back. it's always going to, you know, push you back, and you're not going to be able to see what's coming in front of you. If you're always checking behind you, if you're always trying to check on your people around you that have something else to say, if they're not in the same race as you, don't worry about them, right? If they're not running beside you and trying to run forward too, then don't worry about them, right? You have to really understand that if people are not going in the same direction of you, you have to cut them off. It doesn't matter. If people are not trying to go the same direction as you, it's no point. It's no point. It's literally no point. It's like going out with your friends. If one of your friends is not going the same direction as you can't stop and like go back and tell them to follow you. Like if they're not following you, then you keep going to your destination. You know where your destination is at. You can't change somebody else's destination because that's already where they already determined they want to go. They already put it in the GPS where they want it to go. You already put it in the GPS where you want it to go. There's no point of changing where your destination is just because of somebody else's destination, right? So you really have to focus on stay looking for it, stay focused on trying to see how far you can go, how far on this drive can you go. And it all starts with trying to break that mental barrier first, because there's going to be like, you can't change this overnight. This mindset will not be something that changes overnight. It will be something that, you know, it takes a couple days, takes a couple weeks, takes a couple months, years, maybe, right? Depending on how determined you are. Because if you're really determined, you'll do it. You'll try to do it second moment you hear this, right? Like people have to understand, like this is not something that you just get lucky and now you're forever good at it, right? It's something that takes time where you're like beating down on the results. Like I want the results, I want the results, I want results. And as you're doing this, let me zoom out a little bit. As you're doing this, I want you guys to understand that just because you are quote unquote working hard doesn't mean that you're progressing either, right? Doesn't mean that you're progressing further either. And basically what I'm trying to say is people always tell me all the time, like, bro, I've been putting 13 hours in the charts every day. I've been looking at the charts, I've been studying. And mind you, I want you guys to understand something. The motivational videos that you hear that says grind hard every day, every hour, right? That's not going to make you a better person. Now, the reason why it's not going to make you a better person is because we're still humans. We're not robots. We cannot practice or we cannot train like robots. We have to reset. We have to readjust. We have to recover. We have to do all these things in order to gain back. So it's more of like, okay, you start the day, you progress. Take a little break so you can rest, recover, and then you push again, right? Now, when I say this, I want you guys to remember this doesn't mean when you're pushing or when you're moving forward, that doesn't mean as soon as you get tired, you should stop. Try to push past that tiredness just so you can get that extra bit of growth. And now today you have 2+% of growth. And then you take a recover. And then the next day you try again, or the day before, or the next week you try again. And this time you push until you can't do it anymore, and then you recover. And this is going to be the best way that you're going to grow, especially in trading. Like if you ever have a good day in trading, this is one of your best days in trading. Don't trade the next day. Don't trade that following week. Take a break, take a relax, relieve yourself, analyze everything that just happened. Right? You just had your biggest day. You just had your best day. Take a break now. Let's like analyze. Okay, I just had my best day. You're going to be filled with emotions. And what this is going to cause is this, right? You win that trade. You were so focused, and then you win that trade, and then this tries to come back because you have so many emotions. Oh my God, I can't believe I won. Oh my God, I worked so hard for this, and this is like you're gonna be in tears. You're gonna be happy. You're gonna be upset because you're like, dang, this was that easy, or it took all this, and I finally got it. You might feel all types of emotions, but this right here cannot happen. You cannot let this happen. Once you let this happen, you can't see anything that's coming forward. So you could place a trade, win the trade, be super excited, and you get so excited that you press a button by accident, and you get into a new trade just because of the emotions, and you were blinded. You was blinded by all your emotions, your ego, right? You feel really good. You're like, dang, I'm getting this trade right. Boom, let me place another trade. You're blinded, right? So when you place a trade and you win, or if you lose, remove this. Take a second to remove this, right? put it this way, right? Let's say in order to move this, it takes 2 days to move this, right? Let's say if it takes 2 days to move this, then that means if you win a trade, you're gonna feel some type of emotion. Take 2 days off until this clears back up. Once this clears back up, then place another trade or look for another setup, right? And it's not always going to be the case where you have to wait 2 days, but it's just to get you in that habit of removing this and staying like this. You want to stay like this the whole time. The whole way you're going to your goal, you stay like this the whole time. So with this being said, I want you guys to really understand that this trading stuff is more of a psychology battle than anything. It's not just technical analysis and fundamentals. That's the easy part. And the only reason it's not easy to you is because you're moving like this. You're learning like this. You're not learning like this. You're learning like this. So basically, you're going video to video to video to video to video. And your brain is trying to take in everything and it's clouding it. So this doesn't have to only be emotions. This could be information. All this information in your face, all this information in your face. You can't see where to go because all this information in your face. But if you have one information in your face, you see how I can easily like move around? I can see. Or even if you just hear it, take it in, understand it, and it takes a human being 3 to 5 days to actually gain the actual concept of something. You can look this up too. Like it takes 3 to 5 business days, or not business days, but days in general, for a human being to grasp a concept of something. So if you're throwing, let's say a strategy out there, let's just say ICC, since this is ICC Mafia, you want to learn indication. Learn indication for 3 to 5 days. Study that video only. And then in those 5 days, you'll actually gain a understanding of what an indication is. But what people do is they'll go from this video first day, second video next day, third video the other day, instead of actually 1 week focus on indication, second week focus on correction, third week focus on continuation. So that way you can actually gain and comprehend something. Now, you know how you kind of look over the small details, what I was talking about earlier? I want you guys to think of it in this perspective, right? When you used to go to school as a kid, did you ever notice like how you have to take a test, but the test was always at the end of the week? So it's pretty much the same thing. They want you to learn a concept. So it will be a small concept, a small chapter in the book, a school book. They want you to learn that one chapter. Let's say science, for example. They want you to learn about the solar system, not just the planets. They just want you to know what the solar system is, how many planets it is, what is the solar system. That's that first week, right? Then you take a test on it. If you take the test, you pass that part, then you're ready to move on to the next. Second week. So what are the planets inside of the solar system? Now you need details of the smaller planets inside of the solar system. And that's the next week. And then after that, what are the moons to all the planets in the solar system? And it just goes deeper and deeper. That's how you're supposed to progress. It's not supposed to be, what is the hardest thing I can learn? And then let me move my way down to the easiest part. It's supposed to be, what is the fundamentals of it? What is the basics? Learn that, understand it. Because then when you understand that, you can then move inside deeper, right? ICC is not just, something like me personally. I would say ICC is a way that I like to teach people, but I understand price action very, very well. So when it comes to using indications and corrections, I don't really use it. Like I use it, but it's like if I see a good price action setup where it's like a higher high and I know price is going to make a higher low and I know I can get in for another higher high, then I would just take the trade because I've already did the basics. I already understand what price is already doing. But if you're a beginner trying to learn, you need to focus on what is the basics and then work my way in so I can understand more. But this doesn't mean you try to grab more information. You don't try to grab information. If you're learning price action and market structure, you don't try to go grab, smart money concepts. So you don't try to go learn like how to trade off the 5 minute. You want to grasp everything you can learn on that higher time frame. Market structure and price action. And market structure and price action go hand to hand. Without price action, there's no structure. Without volume, there's no structure. So price action is just volume. Really, it's just volume. What happens when volume is there, right? And market structure is when volume is there, this is how price will move, right? So once again, coming down to pretty much everything, I want you guys to be tunnel vision, have a dedicated goal that you want to get to, and everything is like this. You need to focus just like this. This is how you should be, right? Because there's no way, bro. We're in 2026. There's no way. People have been doing this for years now. People have been doing this for 10 plus years. This trading shit has been 10 plus years. Every year there's a new guru. Every year there's a new course seller. Every year there's a new guy that sells signals, right? There's every year we get hundreds of people. I'm just now figuring out that there's hella gurus actually. I thought it was only probably like 20. I didn't know everybody was trying to be a mentor. Everybody's trying to be a coach. I don't even want to be a coach or a mentor. I just want to help you guys out. Like, I'm just telling you guys what I do that helps me make money. I'm not saying that I'm your mentor. I'm not saying that I'm your coach or I'm trying to be your leader, right? I'm just showing you this is what helps me, and I'm pretty sure that it will help you. That's all I'm trying to do. Like, I don't want anything from you. I just want you to understand that this is what is easy for me. Let me give it to you. If you think it's easy, then you think it's easy. If not, then move on, right? You don't have to say anything. If it doesn't work for you, or if you don't like this style, then continue. Go wherever you want to go. But I hate the fact that people have been doing this since 2015. We're going on 2026, right? 2026, bro. We're in 2026, and people have been doing this since 2015. And they're still not profitable. And it makes me so upset because it's like, I started trading today actually, and as I'm making this video, it's so crazy, but today is February 12th, and this actually makes my 5th year of trading. Yeah, this is my 5th year of trading today, starting today. So I'm pretty happy to be where I'm at now, and just overall, like, I'm just really grateful because I took the route of trying to learn smart money concepts and learn patterns and learn all these things, and that wasn't for me, right? It's for some people, but it wasn't for me. Some people have everybody has different styles, right? It wasn't for me, right? But I do know that the way that I trade is more easier for most people, right? It's easier to grasp for most people. Now, people do tend to level up their skills later on and have their own little style. That's cool, right? But for me, I always tell people all the time, the way that I trade has made it easier for me to process my mindset. I have a very good mindset now, but back then I didn't have a really good psychology. Like, I didn't have a good mindset or way of thinking and decision making. I wasn't really good at making decisions, but now I feel like the way that I've traded so far has made me come to this point, right? So that's what I want people to understand, because even you can trade a complex thing, but it builds a mindset in you, so that way you know what to do during certain situations, right? Your strategy is going to build that mindset, or it's going to show you what mindset you need to have. For my type of trading, you need to be more patient. You need to be more observative to the small details, right? That is my style, right? That's the way that I'm moving throughout the markets, right? So it's like, you can't mix different styles if you're trying to trade the same thing, or if you're trying to trade the same way. If you have one strategy and you're trading this one market, and you know that this market is normally a longer pace game, you can't try a short pace, or you can't be fast, try to be fast in a short market, in a slow market. Sorry, I keep saying short, but you can't be fast paced in a slow market, right? Because when you're fast paced, you're trying to hit at it, you're gonna miss the bigger picture. And when you miss the bigger picture, you miss where the money is actually at. You want to come into the market, see what the field is, understand when and where to use the style. You can have a different style if you want to. That's up to you. Like, I'm not here to tell you who to be. If you want to trade on a smaller time frame, trade on a smaller time frame. If you want to trade on a higher time frame, trade on a higher time frame. But what I will say is, when it comes to trading something like gold or something like BTC, those things take a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of time to get what you truly want out of it. Now, some people, they only just want a little bit, but me, I want everything. I want everything. I want the whole move. That's what I came in here to do. I wanted the whole move. I didn't want a little bit. I wanted everything. I didn't come in here to settle for a little bit. I came in here to settle for a lot. I want everything. So in my mind, I want everything. That's what I'm gonna get out of this. I'm not leaving unless I have everything out of this. Fuck what people say. Oh, that's greedy, or oh, you're being. Most people will say, oh, that's being greedy. Nah, bro, that's where price is going to go. I see that it happens time again, and that's what I want. The market wants to go that high. I want to go that high too, right? If the market wants to go that low, I want to go that low too. Wherever the market going, I'm going. Come on, we best friends, right? We best friends. I'm trying to go exactly where you're going, because I know that if I follow the market, I'm gonna get everything that the market has to give. I'm 2 steps ahead. I'm dragging the market with me, right? That's how you want to think. You don't want to think in a mindset of like, oh, let me just get in, get out. Let me just grab it and get out. I'm scared. Let me just get in, get out. I'm scared, right? You want to get in and just stay there. Boom. You want to be there. I'm pressing the market. I'm telling the market to give me money. You don't ever want to just like take a little bit and just be like, okay, I'll come back another time. No, I'm here. I'm taking everything that you have. I'm taking all the money that I can get out of this. That's the mindset you have to have. Because at the end of the day, I can type all this, make videos, and try to help you guys understand, but you're not going to understand unless you truly want to, and you truly like chase for it, and you have that drive for it, because not everybody's built for, all this mental stress or all this mental pain or sacrificing things or trying to, like, it's not meant for everybody. And that's how the world works. Not everybody can be an actor. Not everybody can be an athlete or some type of celebrity or some type of, everybody can't be one thing, right? Somebody's got to do something. But at the end of the day, if this is something you choose, this is the route you want to choose, and this is the line you want to go down, then you have to be committed to it, and you really have to be like, yeah, this is what I want to do. Like this, I chose this. This is what I want. So I'm gonna do what I have to do to get to where I have to be. So at the end of the day, all that is just showing you, like, me saying that should show you that it's all on you. You chose this. So everything you do from here on out is all on you. Everything you do is on you. No matter what I say, no matter what your family say, your friends say, people are going to be like, oh, don't do this. People are going to be like, oh, don't do that. But people are only going to tell you this because they see it in their eyes a different way. That is not something they would do, right? These are things when people go against you or somebody doesn't really understand you, it's because they don't see themselves doing that, or they wouldn't do it this way, or they wouldn't even try this, right? Because it's not something they would do. So you cannot take opinions from someone that wouldn't do what you do, right? You can't take advice from that, right? So at the end of the day, I don't know you, you don't know me, so I can't really tell you how to live your life. But what I would say is, if you're truly in the trading space and you truly are in this game and you want to be here and you want to make money and you want to do this for the long term of it, then you have to understand that everything comes with sacrifices, and everything comes with trying to build that mindset to endure the markets, right? Because some people can be in this game for a year, maybe 2, and then they fuck up, or they're still fucking up, right? And then they quit. And then I have people that been in the game for 10 years, but the only thing with that is they've been in the game for 10 years, but they keep making the same mistakes, right? So you're still fighting you versus you at the end of the day, right? It's always you versus you at the end of the day. No matter what you do, you can be the best person when it comes to technical analysis. You could be the best person when it comes to fundamentals. At the end of the day, it will be you versus you, to click that button, to make a good decision, to not let your emotions cloud your judgment, cloud your mindset, and stop you from being successful. Because if you're in drawdown, your emotions saying, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to lose, you're going to close. Why? Because your emotions, not because of the market emotions. The market is just moving. People are just placing orders, buy and sell, buy and sell. The market doesn't even know that you are, feeling some type of way. It's just moving based off of how many people are in the market. It's moving off the volume. It has nothing to do with how you feel, right? All right, so February 12th is actually a special day for me, actually. And it's crazy that I'm having this talk because I had like a mental break today, or more of like a outburst or like a breakout in a good way. So like I've broken a mental barrier. And it's crazy because today makes year 5 of me trading in the Forex market, CFDs, whatever you want to call it. It actually makes year 5 today. And yeah, I mean, all I can say is I'm trying to be the best person I can be for myself. Social media makes my mind sometimes kind of like race a little bit more than it needs to. So I try to stay calm because all I try to do is, help people out. I don't want to be the bad guy. I'm not a bad guy, even though people try to paint me as the bad guy, but I try to help everybody as much as possible and try to show people like, okay, it doesn't have to be as hard as people are making it, or, don't go that direction because this person, he just only wants to take your money and just benefit off of you. Some people don't care to help people. Yeah, so year 5, and I feel like every year I get wiser and wiser. And I feel like I've reached a point now where it's just like, okay, I don't even care what people say anymore. I don't even care how people feel. I don't care if like I feel pain inside because I had to, lose a lot of friends, lose a lot of relationships to get here. I don't even think, I think I'm just numb to that at this point, and I feel like I'm just ready to reach what my true potential is, or what my max potential is at this point. Yeah, so this is just me telling you guys, this is year 5 for me, and today happened to be one of those days that everything, I guess it was just a coincidence that I had this mental break today. So yeah.